Summary: some 90-Day Fiancé stars engage in shaming and blaming their partners, displaying rude and aggressive behavior. These stars may not realize that acting out makes them look bad. The dynamics of these relationships can be complex, but bullying words and actions rarely solve anything. 90-Day Fiancé stars can be awful people sometimes, especially when they use shaming and blaming to cut their partners down to size. While over-the-top drama is what the fanbase is looking for, it's safe to say that some 90DF cast members go too far. Whether they're fat-shaming partners or accusing them of ruining relationships, they're rude, crude and aggressive. They play the shame and blame game on screen and online. When they put other people down, they feel better. Maybe these 90-Day Fiancé bullies don't see themselves clearly? They may not understand how bad their conduct makes them look. They could be too narcissistic to care. Or maybe they forget that the cameras are rolling. Notorious shock jock Howard Stern keeps celebrities in his studio for hours and hours, just wearing them down until they forget that they're being recorded. When they do forget, they begin to reveal very juicy stuff. Clearly, at some point, a person can forget that they're being recorded. However, the following 90DF villains should have remembered. Some vented their spleen on Instagram instead, with the same crass results. Related 20 best reality TV shows. Right now television is being impacted by the ongoing entertainment industry strikes, leaving many turning to reality TV. What are the best shows right now? Larissa Lima called Colt Johnson a fat pig. Larissa Lima didn't really love Colt Johnson. Colt Johnson's no angel, but he didn't deserve the disgusting fat shaming that he got from the woman who famously said, "Who is against the queen will die." Colt had issues. At that point, he was still tied to Debbie Johnson's apron strings, in a dynamic creepily reminiscent of the Alfred Hitchcock film, Psycho. While Colt didn't go full Norman Bates, his dynamic with his mom was troubled. Also, Colt should have managed down Larissa's American Dream expectations before she arrived in the USA. When she tried to get money from him, she realized that he was really cheap. Actually, he might have been running out of money because paying for Larissa's skin-tight dresses and beauty treatments was a burden. Regardless of why, he began to close his wallet. In one hilarious moment, Larissa griped about the fact that he was too much of a miser to air-condition his car. They lived in Las Vegas, where AC is definitely recommended. None of this excuses Larissa's sick tirade about Colt's weight. When she decided to call him a fat pig in front of the whole world, she was letting her audience know who she really was. Larissa did not love her partner. Luckily, this relationship's over. They brought out the worst in each other. Angela Deem blamed Soulja Boy for her issues with Michael Ilesanmi. She also shamed her husband Michael Ilesanmi. Close. Angela isn't easy to get along with. She's hot-blooded, and when her temper flares, Angela may choose violence. Outspoken and confident, the Georgia Peach will say what's on her mind. She should think before she speaks. When it comes to her husband Michael, whom she married in Nigeria, she is totally unfiltered. So many times, Michael's driven her to the brink of madness due to his infidelity. Whether he's leering at a dancer in a nightclub or trading a ride in his car for oral sex, no, Angela wasn't the woman in this twisted scenario. He's not exactly the ideal partner for a woman of a certain age. Angela hasn't figured out this important truth. Yes, she has suspected that her Nigerian prince is a scammer, but she's always pushed those thoughts away. Maybe she thinks she can't do any better. Quite possibly, she's in denial much of the time. He's already cheated on her. He tries to run his own Instagram, probably so he can do it again. Since she's getting on in years, she may believe that she doesn't have options. That's never, ever true. She can always try again. So, instead of clinically and coolly assessing her situation and what Michael's motivations might be, she's looking for someone to blame. Luckily, Usman Sojaboy Umar is the perfect scapegoat. He's a charmer who likes to break the hearts of older women. Of course, they should know better. When Sojaboy got in the middle of Angela's relationship with Michael, he should have ducked and covered. Sojaboy should know by now that Angela explodes like an atom bomb. Angela took issue with Usman's player image. She felt that Sojaboy's persona made everyone think Nigerians are scammers. She believes that Usman's almost cartoonish manipulations of women on the show made immigration officials more reluctant to approve Michael's visa application. This is a bit of a stretch. She and Usman have feuded. Sojaboy thinks Michael is Angela's hostage. Angela doesn't like Usman. Perhaps he triggers her because he's clearly on the make. She's openly attacked Michael because she doesn't trust him 100%. She threw a strawberry shortcake in his face. Angela tried to destroy his car. She is volatile with a capital V. Anyone who brings out her worst fears by acting like the ultimate player is going to alienate her. Usman is everything she doesn't want Michael to be. Azan Tefu said that he was only 55% attracted to Nicole Nafziger. Azan Tefu couldn't love Nicole Nafziger unconditionally. Close. Nicole Nafziger was young and naive when she connected with the Moroccan man, Azan Tefu. At that time, Nicole was a single mother, and she still is today. She may have thought that her romance with Azan would change her life. Before she met him, things probably weren't so easy for her. However, he was destined to add to her burdens rather than easing them. Nicole was actually severely damaged by the relationship. She became a lightning rod for controversy. On-screen, the curvy blonde was dating a gym rat partner who said he was only 55% attracted to her. She seemed so gullible. Nicole kept believing in her partner even when all signs pointed to the usual 90DF conning. She wanted to marry him, but he had many clever ways of stalling. When she went to visit him in Morocco without her daughter, she was mom-shamed. When she gave him money, and she didn't seem to have a lot of that, it was supposed to be used to open a shop that would help them to earn income as a couple. That money just disappeared. She was made fun of for that too. Maybe Nicole got used to feeling ashamed when she was growing up. Perhaps she didn't fit the Barbie doll mold. For whatever reason, she hung in there with Azan. When things ended, it seemed like she waited for a long time before announcing it publicly. The fact that her dreams never came true is really sad. However, it doesn't seem like many people feel sorry for Nicole. That's because she's tried to drum up cash with clickbait links on Instagram. People don't give her much grace, and maybe they should. She's probably not nearly as bad as she's made out to be. Juliana Custodio shamed Michael Yesin for treating her like a servant. There's bad blood between Juliana Custodio and Michael Yesin. Close. While a lot of people might have expected this May to December relationship to bite the dust, they might not have anticipated the shaming that Juliana doled out. She criticized her ex, painting him as someone who exploited her. Juliana said she had to do tons of housework. Presumably, in her opinion, she was expected to be a servant as well as a wife. It didn't sound like she was treated as an equal. However, that's only one side of the story. Things got really messy between Michael and Juliana before she left him. She went on to have a son with her new partner, Ben Obscura. Michael appears to be single. He must have hated being torn apart in the press. Juliana couldn't resist speaking with journalists and a lot of dirt came out. There were even rumors that he cheated on Juliana with his ex. Michael's financial problems were also a focus, and he probably didn't enjoy that either. He was supposed to be a successful wine entrepreneur, but the COVID-19 pandemic seemed to destroy his business. Possibly, he was never as wealthy as he appeared to be. Maybe if he'd been very rich, he'd still have Juliana. Dynamics in these international relationships are complicated. Juliana once used the credit card he loaned her to buy a car, which was a larger expenditure than he expected. There were red flags on both sides. This wasn't true love. Chantel Everett blamed Pedro Jimeno for ruining their marriage. Pedro Jimeno didn't own up to cheating on Chantel Everett as per the TLC clip shown above, via YouTube. Chantel blamed Pedro for destroying their relationship. She accused him of cheating on her, and he got frustrated. He said that she didn't believe anything he said. So, when he denied being unfaithful, it didn't make any difference. Her mind was made up. It's sad to see Chantel in so much pain in the video. She's definitely not faking her emotions. However, Pedro may be faking his. This clip is brutal, showing the perils of marriage, and romantic relationships in general. Pedro's as detached as he can be under the circumstances, but she's just roiling. They don't have the same emotional temperatures, and maybe they never did. He does get angry, but he's not in pain like she is. He's just defensive. Chantel called him out, blaming him for everything without getting into messy details. She said, "You know what you did." This was a bit passive-aggressive as they were being filmed, and Chantel would know that the viewing audience would assume the worst about him. However, there's a chance that he did cheat on Chantel. Later on, while the latest season was airing, he did an interview. And he was asked if he'd been unfaithful. He wouldn't answer in words, but he sort of shrugged, as if to say, "Well, yeah, I did." It seems like he's getting tired of pretending. So, Chantel's anger may be justified. 90-Day Fiancé's Chantel Everett took a chance when she got together with the smoothly handsome man from the Dominican Republic. She believed in him, and now she's paying the price. However, true love really isn't possible without trust. Ideally, both sides will trust and neither will get burned. For Chantel and Pedro, that didn't happen. Maybe Chantel should have figured out what was really happening a lot earlier. By the time she did, Pedro was freezing her out in a very cruel way, if only to really get his point across. People cope with splits in different ways. He chose to be colder as he probably felt that would make a clean break a lot easier to achieve. It made him seem evil, but maybe he isn't. By blaming Pedro for everything, Chantel controls the narrative. Pedro becomes the villain. Chantel seems like a victim. In some ways, this is accurate, but there may be more to it than that. While he got all frosty with Chantel, he shredded her emotionally, killing her dreams and breaking her heart. She was all in with Pedro, giving him everything she had. However, she has some things in common with her interfering parents, so she may not be blameless either. Cheating isn't the only way to ruin a relationship. There are many ways to make that happen. Nagging, suspicions, outright jealousy, money issues. The reasons why love dies are myriad. Love is a mystery and it's a gamble. It's chemistry, feelings, the impact of real life. It's a lot of things. No one fully understands it. They know what they're feeling, but love can change in a split second. Love that was as real as love can possibly be can die as quickly as shallower affection. Since love is so complex, it's not surprising that so many 90 Day Fiancé stars end up shaming and blaming. Quite often, when they do, they're trying to solve a puzzle. Why did it all go wrong? Why weren't my needs met? Why wasn't my partner happy? Sometimes, these questions never get answered. Source: TLC, YouTube. 90 Day Fiancé. Some 90 Day Fiancé franchise stars have had epic breakups that included blaming and shaming. Couples who didn't go the distance, and threw mud at each other during and after their splits, include Chantel Everett and Pedro Jimeno, Danielle Gates and Johan Geronimo, and Big Ed Brown and Liz Woods.